Canine influenza or dog flu has been around for years, and the dog flu vaccine has been around since 2009. But now a new strain of this flu is affecting thousands of dogs all over the country.
Yeah, and at least 8 have died this season alone, 2 of which were directly from the virus, while the others were caused by secondary infections. So, whether you're traveling with your pet this time of year or you're boarding them while you're away, it's important to know the risks associated with this particular strain of dog flu. Angie Hicks from Angie's List has a few tips to help you keep your pet flu-free. Dr. Ariel Pichette hears from concerned dog owners every day. They're looking to keep their pets away from the new strain of flu first found in Chicago that's quickly spread to 30 states around the country. Reportedly, the closest state to Delmarva is New Jersey.
The best preventative is complete avoidance of other dogs, because the unfortunate thing about this particular virus is it's most contagious before they actually start showing clinical signs. So they're most contagious that 2 to 4 day window before they start coughing, before their nose starts running.
Coughing, sneezing, fever, and loss of appetite are the main symptoms of this highly contagious virus. Puppies and dogs with compromised immune systems are the most susceptible, but even humans can play a role in the spreading of the virus.
While humans can't get the dog flu, they still can be a carrier of the dog flu and pass it from dog to dog. So if you're around multiple dogs, be sure you're washing your hands or even changing your clothes before interacting with each dog.
Because infected dogs may not be showing symptoms, there's no way to guarantee the virus won't reach your doggy daycare or favorite boarding facility. The faculty with Dr. Pichette's facility, for instance, has a plan in place.
We try to, keep all of those dogs, a little bit separate. We try to, limit how much we're bringing them to and from the back. If the dog does have to be hospitalized, we have a special isolation area, so they're separate from the other dogs.
When it comes to boarding your dog, it's imperative that you first ask questions.
If you are going to be boarding your dog this summer, be sure to discuss their protocol for how they would handle if the flu did arrive at the kennel. And if they don't have a good protocol or they just kind of shrug it off, choose another kennel.
And if you think your dog has contracted the flu, it's important that you act quickly.
If you suspect that your dog has the flu, you want to be sure that you get him to the vet right away to treat those symptoms, because it probably is going to be a long time before a vaccine is actually created for this strain of dog flu.
Although the virus is very contagious, doctors say most cases so far have been very mild.
The good news is that, most of the cases are mild. They say that, almost every dog that comes in contact with it, will get infected. Of those, 80%, only 80% will show clinical signs. So some dogs will get it and not even cough.
All right, so like you heard Dr. Pichette say, it could take a while for your pet to become contagious, but it may also take up to 10 days for the symptoms to develop. The virus typically lasts 2 to 3 weeks, and also as of right now, there is no vaccine for the H3N2 available.
And it's not just traveling that's taking our pets outside of the home this time of year. It's also this gorgeous weather we've been having. After all, our pets have been cooped up inside the house all winter long, just like we have. But it's important to remember that as the temperatures creep past 90 degrees, our pets need to stay cool. Here are a few tips to help keep your furry friends happy and healthy this summer.
You probably know about ways to keep yourself cool this summer, but what about our dogs? First, make sure you bring water and a bowl if you're taking your dog outside with you. Dogs don't sweat like we do. They lose water by panting. Also, try freezing some of your dog's favorite treats for a cold snack. If your dog has to be outside for a long period of time, fill a kiddie pool with water for your dog to cool down in. Also, if your dog has longer hair, think about getting it trimmed before summer begins. Don't leave your dog in a parked car. It gets hot very quickly inside the car and can actually kill your dog. On an 85-degree day, the temperature can climb to 102 degrees in just 10 minutes. Just a few tips to help keep your furry friends cool this summer.
Now, it's also important to know the signs of dehydration in dogs. If you notice excessive panting, trouble moving, or any other unusual signs, be sure to call your veterinarian. And my dog, I know, likes to jump in the little kiddie pool we have for him after playing ball for 3 hours or however long he wants to play it.
Good place to be. Yeah. Good time to remind you, do not leave your dog in your car. Had somebody ask, well, if I see a dog in a hot car, can I just break out the window and get the dog? Well, that's kind of iffy. Legally, they say if the dog is in distress, maybe within a couple of minutes of dying, you might be able to get away with that legally. Maybe. But you got to get a good attorney because it's still breaking and entering at somebody else's property. So be careful about that. First thing you need to do, call inside the store, get somebody out there, call the authorities and let them know.
Absolutely.
Well, we want to keep our pets healthy so that we can spend just as much time with them as we possibly can. And this man is no different. But when his four-legged best friend was diagnosed with a terminal health condition, he decided to make the most of what little time they had left together. So coming up next, we're going to hear all about their bucket list and how you can enjoy the adventure along with them.
If you're looking for a best friend with 4 legs, a wet nose, and a wagging tail, well, you've come to the right place. Just after the break, we meet some incredible dogs and cats up for adoption here on the peninsula. DelmarvaLife, we'll be right back.